Your network will determine your net worth. Now, you've probably heard the real estate golden rule when it comes to a business, which is location, location, location. But let's be honest for a minute. In 2016, location is overrated. You can have the best location in the city, but if no one knows you exist, if no one knows of your products, if no one knows about you, you are just a very expensive Spirit Halloween store waiting to happen. I'm going to give you a rule. Now, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down in big, bold letters, okay? Write this down. Who you know is more important than where you go. Who you know is more important than where you go. We have entered into an era where your network will determine your net worth. You see, most of us think that our value comes from what we know. We think if I can just make the best burger, if I can write the best code, if I can be the best plumber or electrician, the world is going to beat a path to my door. But I want to tell you something that's false, okay? The graveyard of small businesses is full of people who made the best burger but ate it all alone in a dark room because they didn't know anyone. Listen, if people do not know you, they're not going to be able to trust you. And if they cannot trust you, they're going to hold their money in their pockets and not give it to you. And so there's a new rule that I want you to be aware of. It's not location, location, location. It's relation, relation, relation. Now, I realize that may bring some anxiety. I know you may be thinking, I don't think it's important. And this is why you may not think it's important, because in your eyes, you say, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to get outside of my business and meet new people. Do you not know my schedule? I have to make the product. I have to sweep the floors. I have to do the payroll. I have to figure out why the printer isn't working again. I don't have time to go get stale donuts and shake hands with people I do not know in hopes that somewhere along the line they buy from me. And I get it. I understand. I know you're busy. You're probably running like a hamster on a wheel that is on fire. I understand. But I want you to listen to something. If you're too busy to build relationships, you are too busy to grow. I want to say that again. If you're too busy to build relationships, you are too busy to grow. And that could be the case in your business, your small business, in your organization, even in your own life. Networking isn't something that you try to do after work. Networking is the work. And here's the hack. You don't need to go to some fancy gala. You can start with the human being that stands right in front of you. Many times we can treat a customer as just that, a customer. They bring us their product, we scan the product, we scan their card, we give them the product back and their receipt, and then they leave, and we hope that they come back. But I want you to stop that, okay? Instead of just processing the order, instead of just trying to figure out a way to make more money off of them, I want to encourage you to take 30 seconds to ask them, how is their day? What have they got planned to do today? Maybe they're coming for a specific product, and say, what kind of project do you have going on? What brings you in today? Do you live around the area? How did you hear about us? Stop being a vending machine and start being a person. You may wonder, why does this matter? Because once you are a person, and you're a person, but once you're human, once you engage with people, once you begin to build a relationship with them, you're going to be able to ask a question that is extremely valuable. And that question is this. When you've built a relationship, you can ask this question: do you know anyone else who needs the services that I offer? Do you know anyone else who may also need this product? Because you see, what happens when they trust you, they're going to want to help you. They're not going to want to let you down. And you are literally at that point, you may not even have to ask that question, but it's a great question to ask. You are literally turning that one customer into a sales force of 10. And the best part about it is it didn't cost you a dime. I have people in my life that I've gotten to know, whether I've used their services or bought their products, that I've gotten to know, that I consider them a friend or someone that I'm just acquainted with, but I value what they offer and what they do. And when a discussion comes up, for instance, like somebody says they need their car repaired, I know a guy that I suggest people to go to, and I attribute to his business, and he never even knows about it. It just costs you a little bit of time to be a human. So I want to encourage you to look outside of your shop. If you want to explode your net worth, you're going to have to get into some new rooms. You're going to have to get in front of new people. You're going to have to meet new people. And this means you may need to join the local chamber of commerce. It may mean finding a local leads group. And I know, you probably flinched at the idea of that, thinking I don't want to go to networking events. I get it. You probably remember going to a networking event. You walk in, right, and there's Bob in the corner. He's got bad coffee breath, and it's like he just zeroes in on you. He corners you, and he tries to sell you insurance for 20 minutes while you desperately find ways or seek ways to fake your death, right? You just want to get away from the conversation. It's awkward. I know that, but you've got to do it anyways. So here is your survival kit, not to become Bob, okay? Rule number 1. When you walk into a room, wear a name tag. I don't care if you think it looks silly. I don't care if you think it ruins your outfit. If I don't know your name, I'm not going to be able to introduce you to one of my friends, to one of my rich friends, to a business that does something that would complement what you do. So stop being a secret agent and help me help you. Second rule is always have business cards, but don't be like the business card ninja, right? Just you know this guy. He walks in and he starts throwing business cards at people's faces, and he doesn't even say hello. He's like, here, if you need me, just call me. Don't do that, okay? But do have business cards ready. And let me, this is a great idea. Maybe not only have business cards ready, but have some business cards ready that are unique. That is, maybe you have business cards that offer a 25% discount, a discount on your product or service. Maybe it's a free lunch meal if you have a restaurant. Like, you want them to show up. Give them a reason to keep your business card. And not only keep your business card, allow your business card to be a funnel or an entry point into your business or to connect to your business, right? So give them a reason to come and use your products or use your services, eat your food, whatever it is. So have special discounted cards if you want to, business cards. Or make all of them like that. Give them a reason to keep your business card and use your business card rather than them using it as a toothpick later. Now, rule number 3, and this is a big one, okay? When you walk into the event, I know you didn't want to go to the event, but I want to encourage you to go. Your instinct, though, when you walk into that room is to maybe grab the cheese cubes and grab some stuff and put it on your plate and go find the darkest corner, go find a table that no one is sitting at, to go get in the darkest corner of the table no one's sitting at and just stare at your phone. Okay, this is important. Don't pretend like you're the busiest person in the room. It really is off-putting. It doesn't encourage people to think, oh, that guy is really smart. I got to go talk to him. It actually pushes people away, and it goes against what you're trying to do. So be intentional. Get out of the corner. And you are there to hunt for relationships, not to hide for them. So take time and be intentional to go and meet people. Okay, so now, I know that you're already thinking about, you have no desire to go. I get that. You're thinking, that sounds great and all, and you're trying to get out of it. You're saying, I'm an introvert, or I'm socially awkward. I would rather fight a bear than make small talk. And I do get it, but here's the good news, okay? Charisma isn't built into your DNA. It is a skill, and because it is a skill, you can learn charisma. You can be outgoing. You can engage with people, but you will have to practice. And I don't mean practicing at a high stakes client. I mean practice in your bathroom, okay? Like stand in front of the mirror, pretend like, say, hey, my name is Zach. Right? What's your name? And work to listen. And begin to ask questions. Look at yourself. Does it look painful? If you look like you're being held hostage in the mirror, you're going to look like that in front of a possible client. And so, like, just smile. Practice smiling. Relax your shoulders. Fake it until you make it, okay? If you're brave, get out your phone and record yourself. Giving yourself a 30-second intro and recording it, and then going back, which is the hardest thing, and watching it. It's going to be excruciating. You're probably going to cringe, but you need to see what everyone else sees. Do you have a weird nervous tic? Do you say weird things? Do you have food stuck in your mouth? I met with a guy who it was a professional business meeting. And he was drinking a frothy coffee. You know, got the froth, whatever it is, the cream on top. And when he drank, on his beard, left the residue of the froth. Now, this is the first time I ever met with this man. I didn't think one time, you know what? I'm going to tell him he's got food on his mouth. When you need to look, does food just land on your beard and on your mouth? Do you chew loud? Do you chew with your mouth open? Do you likely have food stuck in your teeth? Take toothpicks. I know this sounds like it doesn't matter, but this is a big deal. You're setting an impression of yourself. Now, I want to tell you the other thing is you need to dress the part. And I'm not saying you need to buy a $5,000 tuxedo. I'm not even saying you need to go out and get clothes that are monogrammed, right? But look like you respect yourself, okay? Because here's a secret that I've learned from watching C-SPAN. Here's a secret that I've learned from watching Congress. Half of those people have no idea what's going on. They're flying by the seat of their pants, but they wear a suit, they walk fast, and they look concerned, right? So try to be the part. Dress up, look nice, groom your beard, stand up straight, even if you're terrified inside. If you look like you know what you are doing, people will believe you. So go and rehearse it in the mirror, okay? Check your beard, your teeth. You finally walked out of the corner, but what do you say, right? What do you say when you meet with people? People have a hard time knowing what to say when they meet with someone, all right? Say, you don't want to go, I'm Zach, I sell coaching, buy my stuff, and here's a brochure, buy. You don't want to do that. Stop trying to be interesting and start being interested. Stop trying to be interesting and start being interested. Here's the secret to human psychology. People's favorite subject is themselves. If you will let someone talk about themselves for 10 minutes, they will walk away thinking you are the most brilliant person in the world. Okay? They're going to enjoy talking with you, potentially, unless they're an introvert and they don't want to talk to anybody. But be a detective. Ask them, what do you do? How long have you been doing it? What do you really enjoy about your job? What are some of the hard aspects of your job? What do you do for fun outside of work? Tell me about that hobby. You see, when you begin to ask questions like this, when you begin to ask questions about their hobbies, their brain will release dopamine and they are happy. And then they will eventually ask you the question, so enough about me, what do you do? And now you have the floor. But with that, you need to be ready. State your name, state your business, but don't be boring about it. Don't just say, I'm an accountant and I work for Joe. You need to say something like, I'm an accountant because I hate seeing the IRS bully small business owners. Listen, if you are an accountant, that needs to be your tagline to small business owners. It's genius. They're going to want to use you, okay? So they don't want to know that you've got a calculator. They want to know that you are their hero, that you are working on their behalf, okay? So building a network is like farming. You don't plant a seed on Tuesday and then expect a salad on Wednesday. It takes time. Relationships take time. Trust takes time. But if you commit to this, if you survive the bad coffee, if you wear a name tag, if you check the mirror before you walk in, you will look up and in 1 year, you're going to realize that you have a relational Rolodex at your fingertips. You won't just have customers, you're going to have partners. You will have allies. You will have people who mention your name in rooms you have never walked into before. You will have people mention your name to people you have never met before, and it will produce business. So I want to encourage you to put your phone down. I want to encourage you to get out of the corner. I want to encourage you to get out of your business, out of your organization, and go meet someone. Be intentional and say, this is my plan, and I intend to meet so many people within a week's time or a month's time to be intentional. Maybe if you have customers, be intentional that walk in your door, be intentional, or at a restaurant, be intentional. Your net worth is dependent upon your network. So if you want to grow your net worth, you need to work on growing your network. Now, if you would like some more content like this, I want to encourage you to please subscribe to this channel. In the comments below, let me know what other content that you would like to hear. If you have any questions on how we can partner together and I can help coach you in your business, in your situation, get out of this area or this place of being stuck, just put down in the messages below strategy. And I would love to begin working with you and helping you realize the potential that you believe is in you and your business.